All right, welcome back to the Foundry by Forge College. I am absolutely thrilled you're here with us today because honestly, we're tackling one of the absolute most satisfying transformations in Web3 development. In this explainer, we're looking at automating CI for testing, deployment workflow, and reliability. What we're basically doing today is taking all of your hard work, all those individual scripts and tests, and we're building a fully automated, high-tech assembly line for your smart contracts. We're going to stop doing things the hard way and finally let the machines do the heavy lifting.
So, think back for a second to our previous lesson, where we went over implementing and validating access controls. You spent all this time building incredibly sturdy, unpickable locks and these reinforced steel doors for your smart contracts. And it was a massive win. But here's the problem. What actually happens when you add a new room to your digital fortress? Are you personally going to walk around jiggling every single handle to make sure the old locks still work? Manually hand-checking your security after every single little code change is exhausting. It's error-prone, and honestly, it's just a terrible use of your brain power.
So here's our literal blueprint for today's explainer. We're going to start with the automation factory setup, then we'll design the CI pipeline, establish our gated and staging deployments, bring in AI as your factory foreman, figure out diagnosing pipeline failures, and finally, close it all out with the final integration loop.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the automation factory setup.
Let's lay the groundwork here and define exactly what it is we're building. A CI pipeline. That stands for Continuous Integration Pipeline. Now, if you've never heard this term before, please don't let the technical jargon intimidate you. A CI pipeline is, simply put, a robotic assembly line. I want you to imagine having a highly efficient, tireless, self-driving robot butler. Every single time you submit a new blueprint, or, in our case, a new code commit, this robot immediately wakes up, it checks the plumbing, it tests the structural integrity, and it makes absolutely sure you haven't accidentally knocked down a load-bearing wall.
This really brilliantly illustrates the massive leap we're making here. On side A, we've got the old way, hand cranking a car engine, because that's literally what you're doing when you manually type npm run test and deploy.js every single time you change a line of Solidity. It's repetitive, it's exhausting, and frankly, we left hand-cranked cars in the 1920s for a very good reason. Now on side B, we have the sleek, modern reality, the self-driving robot butler. That is your CI pipeline. It's fully automated, it's flawlessly repeatable, and it frees you up to actually focus on writing great code instead of, doing chores.
Moving right along to Section 2, designing the CI pipeline.
Now we know what the factory does, but how is it actually put together? The logical flow of our pipeline is basically the heartbeat of your automation. So step 1 is install. And crucially here, we cache it, so we aren't wasting time downloading the exact same dependencies every single run. Step 2 is test, which is where both your unit and integration logic gets totally hammered. Step 3 is a staging dry run to simulate the real world. And finally, step 4 is the gated deploy. Now remember, if any step fails here, the whole assembly line just stops.
All right, let's crack open that schematic and actually look at the engine block. We can map those exact factory stages directly to the core commands your robot is executing. So, for the install stage, the command is npm ci, and the physical artifact it produces is a cached node modules folder. Easy. For unit tests, it's running npm run test unit to generate unit test logs. And for deploy staging, well, it fires a bash script with a staging flag to produce your dry run logs. The absolute beauty of this whole thing is that these are the exact same commands you run locally. We're literally just handing the keyboard over to the pipeline.
Which brings us to Section 3, gated and staging deployments.
Now, an automated factory is great, obviously, but a robot that just blindly ships broken code to the blockchain? Yeah, that's a complete nightmare. So a really crucial point here is establishing a dry run. And I want to be super clear on this definition. A dry run isn't just some complex DevOps script. It's literally a fire drill for your code. It's this perfectly simulated environment where all the motions of deployment happen. The transactions are built, the gas is estimated, but nothing is ever permanently etched onto the mainnet. It alters absolutely zero persistent state.
Let's contrast these two states for a second. Side A is your dry run. This is a completely safe playground. It's a simulation, there's no real gas being spent, and it's where you catch all those really sneaky, tricky integration errors. Side B, however, is your production deploy. This is the real deal. The stakes are incredibly high here. And because it's the real deal, our automated robot is actually not allowed to press this button on its own. The production deploy must sit safely behind a manual approval gate. Basically, the robot does all the prep work, but a human has to turn the final key.
All right, let's look at Section 4, AI as your factory foreman.
So writing the YAML configuration files to actually instruct this robot can be pretty daunting. Honestly, it's a super common hurdle we see for students in our learning programs at Forge College. It's just tedious, syntax-heavy work. So why not hire an AI assistant to be your factory foreman? Here's your literal cheat code. You can use this exact prompt with your favorite AI. Generate a GitHub Actions workflow file named ci-deploy.yml that triggers on push, installs dependencies, runs unit tests, and uses repository secrets. Just like that, the AI will instantly generate the initial YAML configuration instruction manual for your robots. Seriously, you don't ever have to start from a blank page again.
But hey, don't just stop at that first draft. You've got to iterate with the AI using follow-up prompts. Ask it to refactor the workflow to reduce runtime by caching dependency layers. Ask it to add explicit artifact collection on test failure, which just means that if the robot breaks, it neatly boxes up all the broken pieces for you to actually look at later. And make sure to ask it to add that conditional manual approval for main branch merges we talked about earlier. You're basically just having a conversation with your foreman to build the perfect factory.
Moving on to Section 5, Diagnosing Pipeline Failures. Because let's face it, even the most well-engineered, AI-assisted factories occasionally break down. Diagnosing these failures is exactly like reviewing a factory security camera footage. When that dreaded red X appears on your GitHub pull request, you shouldn't have to pull all the code down to your laptop and rerun the whole test suite locally for 20 minutes just to find out what went wrong. You just go to the tape. You read the CI logs, you check the tracebacks, and you download the exact artifacts that the robot saved for you at the precise moment of failure.
And to make this incredibly easy for you, here's your actionable diagnostics checklist. When a pipeline fails, just look for these 4 things in the logs. First, the exact failing test file path. Second, the specific command that was executed when it broke. Third, grab the compressed artifact with the full logs. And fourth, look for the local reproduction command. If you have these 4 things, I promise you, you can pinpoint a faulty lock or a broken test in seconds, not hours.
Finally, we arrive at Section 6, the final integration loop. Let's pull all of this together and talk about why this fundamentally changes your life as a developer. By trusting this automated blueprint, you're ensuring that every single change to your code is tested seamlessly. The automation exercises the exact same scripts that you use manually. It surfaces those really sneaky integration regressions super early, long before they ever hit the blockchain, and it keeps your deploys completely safe. Ultimately, setting this up completely removes that DevOps dread from your daily workflow. You just commit your code, and the factory takes care of the rest.
So, your automated factory is finally running flawlessly. The robots are humming along, the tests are passing, and your deploys are perfectly gated. But that leaves us with one final, kind of provocative question. How do we collect its performance data to actually document our success? How do we prove to our team or our auditors that everything is working as beautifully as we know it is? Well, that sets up our next massive topic on observability. If you found this explainer helpful, I highly encourage you to visit forge.college to learn more about this subject, explore our other Web3-related topics, and continue your Solidity quests. Thank you so much for joining me in the factory today, and keep building.